I am Dean Ambrose, Crazy Fangirl,
Nurse Harley,
and we will be reacting to Wacky Wednesday 20 Unusual Schools.
To an institution that teaches the
Let's
art
go.
of prostitution. We take a look at 20 of the most unusual schools ever. Number 20, Burgess Hill School in Hempstead, England. What would school be without rules? Well, the students at Burgess Hill School, located in suburban London, certainly found out. The now shuttered boarding school gave students the freedom to do whatever they wanted. This included smoking in class, bringing their dogs with them everywhere, and even riding their motorcycles around campus. You name it. They were allowed to do it.
That sounds like fun.
Number 19, Dongzong Mid-Cave Primary School.
Dong.
The school is located in a cave in the mountainous Mao Village in Guizhou Province, China. Dongzong itself means
school in a cave.
Some students
Those
spend up to 6
variations
hours
are
daily
crazy.
traveling to and from the school in the pursuit of knowledge. But some villagers have had concerns about the school being allowed to continue. Their fears were realized 23 years after the school opened when Chinese authorities closed the school. A government spokesperson said the change was necessary because China isn't a society of cavemen. Number 18, River Plate School, Buenos Aires, Argentina. So many students spend more time staring out the window than they do actually learning. And the students at this school are certainly no exception. That's because the school is located in the stadium of one of the nation's, if not the world's, most influential football or soccer teams.
Nice.
That's right. The students get to watch their favorite players practice when they should be paying attention to their math lesson. Number 17, Forest Kindergartens. Who says you need walls to learn?
Interesting.
Actually, who needs a building at all? Forest kindergartens, a concept popularized in Europe, are schools for 3 to 6-year-olds that take place almost entirely outdoors.
Nice.
Kids in regular kindergartens play on the monkey bars. Kids in forest kindergartens climb trees. Rain or shine,
What's so bad
snow or
about
rain,
that?
these
That's
kids are out
awesome.
exploring and interacting with the
Kids
outside
nowadays
world.
are so
We're starting to
spoiled,
think this
growing
is
up
where
on
Bear Grylls
technology
went to
and
school
shit.
My
when he was
kid
a
would have loved that.
Number 16, the boat schools of Bangladesh. To combat the challenges caused by annual floods, a non-profit organization called Sirulai Swanavar Sangsta came up with a brilliant solution.
Try
They
saying
built
that
houses,
10 times fast.
healthcare centers,
No thanks.
and schools that float. The non-profit organization operates almost 100 boat schools. Each of these schools is solar-powered and equipped with a laptop computer, internet access, and a small library.
Nice.
The boat schools are a school and a school bus hybrid. Whenever there's a flood and every other service is closed for business, the floating schools are still operational. They pick their students up from the docks and riversides, then
That's
dock
not so
somewhere
bad.
so that class can
It
begin.
was like known for like
Number
floods
15.
and shit.
Yeah.
Walt Disney Elementary.
Hey!
Levittown,
Nice.
Pennsylvania. In the 1950s, children in Levittown, Pennsylvania opted to name their school after the iconic animator. Mr. Disney himself, after being informed of the dedication, sent his own artist to decorate the school, and actually attended the dedication ceremony.
Wow.
Though there are now several schools named after Disney, this elementary school in suburban Philadelphia was the very first.
Nice.
Number 14, the Train Platform Schools of India.
Whoa.
Whenever Inderjit Khurana took the train to work, she encountered several children begging train passengers for money instead of going to school. Khurana was a school teacher from Orissa, India, and she was sure that these children needed help if they were going to have a future at all. Since it was almost impossible to take these children to school, she decided to take the school to the children. This led to the formation of the Ruchika School Service Organization, or RSSO, and the birth of the first train platform school in 1985.
Nice.
Number 13, Maharishi Schools. If you think that the regular crap they teach your kids in school, like math and science, is a little too practical for your taste, then you might consider sending the kids to Maharishi School. Following the mystical and trademark techniques of transcendental meditation, pupils at the Maharishi School can learn to develop their powers of clairvoyance, invisibility, and flight. Your children will be talking to the dead in no time. Number 12, Abo Elementary School. Abo Elementary School takes pride in being the first underground school in the United States. At the height of the Cold War, as the United States came close to engaging in nuclear warfare with the Soviet Union, President John F. Kennedy swore that he would establish public and private structures that could serve as nuclear fallout shelters. Artesia, a town in New Mexico, felt it would be attacked due to its refinery and proximity to White Sands Missile Range and the now abandoned Walker Air Force Base. They decided to build an underground school that would also function as a shelter.
Nice.
Number 11,
That's cool.
Gulu Elementary School. Gulu is a little-known village located in the mountainous Hanwhan County, Sichuan Province,
Oh,
China.
shit,
The
no.
only way to get to the village is through the Luoma Way, which is filled with zigzag turns, narrow passages between rock walls, and rickety bridges.
Wow.
Hell
Hidden in one
no.
of the mountains is the Gulu Village Primary
Oh
School.
my god.
The school has been around since the late 1980s and is run by a single teacher, Shen Kuijun. The school includes a basketball court. The students have to be careful when using it, though, in case they accidentally throw the ball off the side of the mountain.
Jesus
Number 10.
Christ.
Waldorf schools.
Hey.
Like many
I can get
parents,
behind
you're
this.
concerned that mainstream education is a cold and unfeeling machine that treats your child like a number and nothing else. Then you might be tempted to send the little one to a Waldorf school, where each child is treated as an individual, in the weirdest way possible. Their schooling system is based on a spiritual movement called anthroposophy, which revolves around things like karma, astrology, clairvoyance, reincarnation, and advancing children's connection to the spirit world. Believe it or not, Waldorf schools have been the fastest growing alternative schools in the last few years.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Number 9. Harvey Milk High School. This school in New York is named after the famed gay rights activist and politician, Harvey Milk. It was
I feel
built
like
to
a
cater to the
dirty
needs of
joke is
lesbian,
coming on,
gay,
but-
bisexual,
milk?
transgender, and
I was
questioning
gonna say that
students
would be
who
a
are
little
likely to be
inappropriate.
marginalized and discriminated against in everyday regular schools. The school states that its doors are open to any student, irrespective of their sexual orientation or identity. A great concept, although quite unusual to say the least.
Aww.
Number 8. Yoga Loft. After studying in Mumbai with trainer Maiden Katari, Vishwa Prakash opened Yoga Loft, a classroom in Midtown Manhattan that attracts students of all ages and nationalities to practice yoga loft, the
Wow.
yoga that triggers
Crazy.
laughter. Although the classes are free, Prakash makes money teaching classes for corporate clients, which can start at $250.
Holy shit.
Prakash estimates that he shares a good laugh with roughly 2,000
Wow.
people each and every year.
Nice.
Number 7. Coney Island, USA's Sideshow School.
Dude.
Want to learn how to hammer a nail into your skull?
Oh.
Or at least make it look like you did? The talented professionals at Coney Island, USA's Sideshow School, can show you how. Among other skills taught are snake charming, magic, sword swallowing, and fire eating. The class is offered 3 times annually and averages between 20 and 30 students a year.
Oh.
Located in the sideshows by the Seashore Building on New York's famous Coney Island, the school was established to help train a new generation of circus clowns for the 21st century. Number 6. The Philadelphia School of the Future. This school does not require students to have books. Instead, students use computers. Mathematics is taught with OneNote, a note-taking app, and teachers use computerized smartboards instead of traditional blackboards for instruction.
Wow.
Students use digital lockers that open with the flash of an ID card. Students score high marks in mathematics and reading, and enrollment, which is determined by lottery, at the futuristic school, is highly sought after. And rather than using the normal letter grading scale, the school uses grades ranging from advanced to not on the radar. Number 5. Snake Charming School.
Oh god.
Snake charming
Oh,
is the
that
practice of
looks
pretending
safe.
to
Oh,
hypnotize
man.
a snake
He looks
by
like
playing an
Seymour.
instrument called a punji. A typical performance may also include handling the snakes or performing other seemingly
No,
dangerous acts,
Cobra.
as well as other street
But
performance
it's
staples
so
like juggling
cute.
and sleight of hand.
Only like Seymour.
Snake charming schools are most common in India.
If
No,
you're wondering,
Other Asian
Seymour
nations
is her
such as
cousin's
Pakistan,
pet snake,
Bangladesh,
Yes.
Sri
who
Lanka,
is adorable.
Thailand, and Malaysia are also home to performers. Number 4. Brooklyn Free School. This particular school is divided into 2. The upper school for children between the ages of 11 and 18, and the lower school for students between the ages of 4 and 11.
Mhm.
There is no curriculum. Students are allowed to choose any class they want, and are allowed to stay away from school altogether if they wish. In other words,
Wow.
the students make the school rules. Some students might decide to be alone and carry out independent studies, which could last years. Some students might decide to play, wander around, or just nap. There are classes such as The Wire and Urban Studies, where students watch and then discuss the TV shows. In another class, students
Okay.
compare restaurants around the town before, you guessed it, going to eat in those restaurants. Number 3. Witch School. Witch
Nice.
School teaches witchcraft to budding witches worldwide. While the
That's
majority of
different,
its
huh?
40,000 students take their courses online, it has a physical location where students can also take classes in person. The
Nice.
school building was initially located in Roseville, Chicago, where it stayed for 2 years before moving to Salem, Massachusetts. The
Of
same
course,
town where
Salem.
about 200 people accused of witchcraft faced trials and execution between the years of 1692 and 1693. Salem was ultimately chosen because it has its own witch community and is generally witch-friendly. Number 2. Husband hunting school in Japan. Husband hunting
Of
school
course,
has opened
only
its
in
doors to
Japan.
man-eating Tokyo ladies. The single women attending this marriage training school learn more than
See,
just
I don't
sitting
get
up
why
straight.
people just don't
They
meet
also
their
learn how to
loved
bow
ones,
and maintain
like,
conversation
the
at a
old-fashioned
table.
way.
yeah, get
If
off
this
your
all seems a
fucking
bit
lazy
unnecessary,
ass, walk
consider the
outside.
stats.
It's not that difficult.
Japan's
You don't need to
marriage-centric
train.
society has some 4,000 matchmaking
I am
businesses,
trained.
and two-thirds
You
of
haven't
those
trained. We're
Japanese
married.
women under
Yeah.
35 are
Not
single.
together.
Fortunately,
Even
there's
though we
hundreds of
dated,
places
which is
like
kind
this
of
to help
weird.
out.
So
Number 1.
tossing that out
Trabajo
there.
ya. Prostitution is legal in Spain. There are between 200,000 and 400,000 prostitutes in Spain today. A school called Trabajo
Prostitutes
ya,
aren't
which means
people.
work now, opened in
Pig
Valencia to
slop.
teach prostitutes the most effective tricks of the trade. The school offers
Excuse me.
a basic course in professional
You should go
prostitution
to the
with
doctor
maximum
and get that
discretion.
cough checked
They
out.
created an ad calling for people to apply for their classes, knowing that the profession is profitable and offers instant employment for both sexes. The training lasts for 1 week and involves
If you want to
classes
be a
in both theory
prostitute, you don't
and
have to go to
practice.
school for
For
that.
$120, students are given lessons on the history and evolution of prostitution, as well as business skills. They hold daily 2-hour practical skills sessions, during
Like
which
their
students
second
learn the
bag.
ins and
Yeah.
outs
Oh,
of sex
whoa.
toys and familiarize themselves with the Kama Sutra. This has got to be one of the most unusual schools
Jesus.
ever.
That's
Well,
disturbing.
Yeah. I didn't know there was a school for prostitutes.
That apparently.
Whoa, what the hell? Kids smoking?
So, your thoughts on the video?
I liked every one of those schools. Well, except for that, steep cliff elementary school that those
Yeah.
poor kids have to trek. And the prostitute school is definitely a no-no for me.
Yeah.
How about you?
I feel the same. Especially the prostitute fucking school, because it's like, you don't have to go to school for that shit. You know, if you want to die.
Just go stand on a corner of any street. Maybe East Hastings. Who knows?
You know,
Good
fucking, the only skills you need to learn is, not to die, but that's pretty hard.
Yeah, especially because the cardinal rule growing up was don't get into cars with strangers. And what do those women things do? They get in cars with strangers. Anyways, that was 20 most unusual schools ever with Nurse Harley.
Dean Ambrose, crazy fangirl.
We'll catch y'all later. Hope you enjoy it.
Bye. Fuck.